seems just like yesterday that you walked into the doors of the church, you heard the preacher preach, he made the altar call, you walked down the aisles with snot in your nose and tears in your eyes. He said, lift up your hands and repeat after me, and you begin to pray. Yeah, I remember that day. And I know time flies by, but it seems like it wasn't too long ago that your worship was sincere and you were worshiping me in spirit and in truth. But now your worship just in flesh and lies, and all those tears you cry on Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday devotion, it's just emotion. I mean, you go through the motions, and outwardly you appear righteous unto men, but inwardly you're full of dead men's bones. And though you speak in tongues and prophesy, you lack love, and you lack love when it sounds like a clanging cymbal. And to be Christian, to be Christ-like, so if you lack love, it's not Christ that you reflect, but it's a world that you resemble. And like Pharisee and Sadducee, you love to put on fine garments and be called rabbi, but to me it's just a show. Yes, I remember when you used to love me, back when you first gave your life to me and you had no friends, and I was your only friend, and I was number one, but now I'm like number 100 on your friends list on Facebook and MySpace. And it seems like lately all you do is seek my hand, when you used to rise early in the morning just to seek my face. And ever since I blessed you with the house, the car, the money, and the relationship, all your heart's desires, your heart towards me has become less of a desire, and you've lost your fire, and all these tangible things have taken my place. And unconsciously, unawarely, you made these materialistic things your God, acting like they took 39 lashes on the back and died for you on Calvary, and through them all your sins were erased. Yes, I remember when you used to love me. I said, I remember when you used to love me. Don't you remember back when you had a hunger, a thirst, a genuine passion, zeal, and fire for me? But now all of a sudden your heart had turned wax cold towards me, like the coldest day in December. Yes, I remember when you and I were tight like spandex, and we had an intimate relationship. But now our relationship seems somewhat like a relationship, so mechanical, systematic, robotical. I'm talking routine. And I can remember when you used to play for me and I was your coach, but it seems like nowadays I'm playing for you and you're your own coach, and you bitch like I'm a 6-man of your team. Yes, I remember when you used to love me. I mean, what happened to us when we first got together? You were the first one to church, but now you say I got other plans, I'm too busy, and you want to complain and fuss. But I guess you must have forgot without my breath, you'd be nothing but dust. Yes, I remember when you used to love me. I said, I remember when you used to love me, back when you were praying to me 3 times a day like Daniel before he went to the lion's den. And you say you love me, but love is an action word, not just words. But my love for you manifested into an action. Greater love have no man than this, that he would lay down his life for his friends. Yes, I remember when you used to love me. We was close friends, bosom buddies. I'm talking 2 peas in a pod, and you used to be a fisher of men, spreading the gospel everywhere you went. But lately people have been dying right under your nose because you've been sleeping on your job. Yes, I remember when you used to love me. I said, I remember when you used to love me, and I was the apple of your eye, I had your heart, but now all I have is your mouth and lips. I mean, you draw close to me with your mouth, and you honor me with your lips, but your heart is far from me, and you place me on the back burner, falling in love with the things of the world, and out of love with me, and you're breaking my heart, not to mention my commandments. Is anything you love more than me is committing idolatry. Is anything you put before me and love more than me is committing idolatry. And unless you hate your father, mother, brother, sister, children, yet your own life, take up and bear your cross, you cannot be my disciple because you're unworthy of me. You count the cross and realize your life no longer belongs to you, but it belongs to me. Yes, I remember when you used to love me. I said, I remember when you used to love me. Or just love you say you have for me, just an infatuation. I mean, why do you think the angels go around and around me crying, holy, holy, holy? Because like a Rubik's Cube, there's too many sides in me for one to ever get comfortable in a relationship with me, or to ever be complacent. And one must realize the race is not given to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, nor the bread to the wise, but to him that endures and has patience. And if you love me, you will feed my sheep, you will feed my lamb. If you love me, you will keep my words, you will keep my commands. If you love me, you will feed my sheep, you will feed my lamb. If you love me, you will keep my words, you will keep my commands. Yes, I remember when you used to love me, and by this all men should know that you are my disciple, by the way that you love. Yes, I remember when you used to love me, and we were connected like Siamese twins at the heart, body, soul, and mind. And you say you love me, but how can you say you love me when you neglect me? And outside of the church walls, we never spend any quality time. Sunday, Sunday you clock in at 10. Sunday you clock out at 2. Monday through Saturday, you act like you don't have a relationship with me. So don't be surprised on Judgment Day if I say I never knew you. The craziest thing is that we can go to church on Sunday and live a lifestyle that totally denies it. I'm reminded of a story in Matthew chapter 22, the parable of the king's feast. You see, the king set up a wedding feast for his son. And he went and invited all the guests to come. But they all made excuses why they couldn't come to the feast. I'm not ready yet. I still want to smoke my weed. I still want to drink. I still want to club. I still want to sex. I still want to do the things that never satisfy my flesh, because your flesh can't be satisfied. It can only be gratified. And the devil will always tempt you with things that are opposite of the word and tempt you with things that will gratify your flesh. And he plays us. And he tries to get us to sin, not to just get us to sin, but to kill us in our sin and get our soul. His job is not to get you to sin because that's too easy. You can repent. His job is to kill you in the lifestyle that you're living right now and kill you in your sin. I was the type of young man, I was like, God knows my heart. Yes, he knows my heart was deceitful and desperately wicked, says Jeremiah, and far from him. But I go to church. My lifestyle denied I had a relationship with him. And I was like that one that he kept inviting. Come. I'm good. Maybe when I'm 21, maybe when I'm 22. At the age of 19, I went to Tampa to visit this girl I was talking to. See, most of y'all, you can't get fooled by someone with a hat on or whatever. You gotta see what's in a person's heart, not by the outer experience, but by what's on the inside. Don't be moved by what you see, because you never know when the package is gonna come in. Age of 19, went to Tampa to visit this girl I was talking to. On the way back, my friend fell asleep at the wheel of the car. Seems like a regular day. Came back, I was in the back seat sleeping. And he fell asleep at the wheel. And our car flipped off the highway several times and landed underneath the water in the swamp. And I woke up in the hospital. I need you to understand, God he always sends warnings before judgment. And he always sends invitations. So that means there's people in here tonight, God would never just have me go anywhere. But that means some people right now, he's saying you can't be hot or cold. You got to be hot or cold, one or the other. You can't be lukewarm. And I know we can say, man, I'm a good person. I do good things. But the reality is, the very things in our life we won't give up is the very thing that we love more than God. If I'm not willing to give up the certain things in my life that I'm dealing with, that means I love the sex more than God if I'm fornicating. That means I love the weed more than God. Matter of fact, that thing is my God. Because the thing I won't give up is my God. That's why when a woman's in a relationship, when a woman's in a relationship with a man, and she's not willing to leave that man, she knows that she's shacking up or she's living with him, she knows she's not going to be doing that. That is your God. And you have to choose today, who is your God? Will you serve the world or will you serve Christ? Young people, it ain't easy. I'm a young dude, I could be doing a lot of things with my life. But I come to breathe encouragement into you. It ain't easy. It's not. God is not looking for you to give up the things that your flesh struggles with right now. He's looking for you to give him your heart. And when you give him your heart, the things that your flesh struggles with, he can break that stuff off.